This tutorial is about MySQL versus SQL. In the previous tutorial, we learned what is SQL and we learned about a database versus database management system. And this MySQL versus SQL we learned in the initial tutorial with the help of diagram and an example. But here, this is specifically to MySQL versus SQL. SQL is a structured query language. SQL is the language we use to talk to our databases. It's the way that we interact and access the data, update the data, delete the things, and basically manipulate the data in our databases. It's the language that we use. That means it's how we do things like find all the users, find all users who are 18 years old, add a new user with username ABC or Progadmi, delete every single user. So there are a sort of things that we can use SQL to do. But where do we use that? We will use this in any kind of database. So a database here in this tutorial or in this series will be MySQL. That means MySQL is the database and SQL is the language we use to write in MySQL database, right? So we write the lines as the command which are called as queries, structured query language. Working with SQL, working with MySQL is primarily writing SQL, right? That means working with database is primarily writing some query. So in MySQL database, we will be writing SQL. Just like PostgreSQL, Oracle database, MySQL, SQLite, and other SQL databases all use SQL, right? SQL is standard basically that these relational database management systems like MySQL implement. When we use something like MySQL or any of these listed databases, we will be actually writing SQL all the time, right? Now, the, there are two takeaways that we learned in the previous tutorial and this tutorial. Once you learn SQL, it's pretty easy to switch to another database that uses SQL, right? What makes databases or DBMS unique are the features they offer, not the language. Like what kind of privacy any particular database gives, what kind of features a database use, how fast databases queries our data. If we have huge volume of data, then what kind of database will be pretty easier to use and how it will handle. So these, and there are many other features. So these features makes database unique, not the language. So SQL is the standard for all these is relational database management systems. So if you learn SQL, it will be pretty easy to switch to another SQL type database, right? So see you in the next tutorial for installing MySQL Workbench, and we will be starting writing our code, and we will be doing some practice and quizzes, and will perform some examples in further tutorials. So stay tuned with this playlist, with this series. Save this series and stay tuned with the channel.